Done, guys. Now, guys, there are many small businesses which are proprietorship businesses where owner is the one who takes care of everything of the business. Very small businesses, right? Like small general store, a small book shop, small stationery shop, and many such. Everything is taken care by the proprietor. He does not have any worker. He does not have any assistant. He does not have any consultant at all. Usually, these fellows do not know even accounting at all. They do not know at all, right? So they record their accounting transactions and events in their own fashion, what they are convenient with and whatsoever they understand. But they do not know accountancy at all. They do not use any books of accounts because they do not know accounting. They have no idea of rules of accounts, right? Accounting transactions and events of their businesses recorded by them in a very specific manner are called incomplete records. Am I clear? Now, why are they called incomplete? Because, first of all, such business owners do not know rules of accounting at all. Means they do not know double entry system of accounting, right? So they do not know what is debit, what is credit. They do not use any books of accounts. Aryan, I hope you are listening me, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. They usually do the recording since the business is very small and number of transactions and events are very less. They usually do the recording on or in a rough register, right? In a very casual manner. How I will show you that, right? So their records are incomplete. How they are incomplete? For some transactions, they record only one side of the transaction without using the signs of debit and credit. That is called single entry system of accounting. They record only one side, either debit side or credit side. For which transactions they do so and how do they do, that also I will show you. Some transactions they do not record at all in their books, and some transactions they record both the sides. So the records so maintained by them in three different ways in a rough register is called incomplete records because the records are not complete. Am I clear? Some transactions are missing, they have not been recorded at all. For some transactions, only one side is recorded, other side is not known. Now they keep on doing the same thing, the same practice the whole year. Once an accounting year is over, they hire a consultant just for some time and ask them to complete their records as they are made to complete their records and to prepare final accounts so that it could be submitted with the government or with government authorities. The consultant does not make any books of accounts at all because if he does so, he will take a lot of time. So, with the incomplete information and then digging out the information from the proprietor himself, the consultant makes final accounts for that businessman, for that proprietor. That job you have to do in this chapter. You would be playing a consultant. You would be supplied with some incomplete information. With that, you have to prepare only final accounts. No books, no trial balance at all, but you would be preparing only final accounts. I hope you have understood, guys, some idea about this chapter. Right? Aryan, have you got this?
Yes, sir.
So, guys, what I've explained, just start noting down this. So guys, in a rough register, when now do not write guys anything. When such businesses sell goods on credit, they only record customer's name along with the dues to be recovered from him. So उनके सामने एक register रहता है. They have a register in front of them. They keep it in their drawer or somewhere, or even a small diary. In that, just they just write it like this. They do not write or record sales anywhere. Am I clear? Have you got this, Aryan?
Yes, sir.
For credit purchases मत लिखिए कुछ अभी मांगी प्लीज मैंने मना किया है. Only supplier's name along with the dues are recorded. For example, Arihant Traders rupees 2,800. They even do not write whether Suresh is a debtor and Arihant Traders is a creditor or not because they themselves remember. It is very easy for them to remember that Suresh is our customer and Arihant Traders is our supplier. Am I clear? Let's say at the beginning of a day, cash balance in the business was 1,220. On the same register on one corner, he will write it like this 1,220, not even the balance. I have written this for your understanding. Right? When there is cash sales, only the inflow of cash will be recorded without recording sales. When there is payment for expense, let's say this is for electricity expense, it will be subtracted. Am I clear? Again, for let's say 10, for or donation. Am I clear or not, guys? So, payment of expenses will be recorded without recording what expense it was. He will not record this. This I have written only for your understanding, guys. He will simply subtract his cash balance by the amount of expense paid. The same here. He will not write donation, right? He will not write this 570s for what? I am writing this for your understanding. So these three examples are those where only one side is recorded by these business owners. Am I clear? For some other transactions, both the sides are recorded. Like on recovery of cash from a debtor, on the same register he had this written in another corner. Let's say from Suresh, rupees 300 are received. What he will do, he will write here plus 300. And this he will strike off and will write here 450. Because now how much is to be recovered is only 450. So this is how he has recorded both the sides. He has increased his cash, he has decreased his data. Am I clear? The same way he does it for payment to suppliers. Let's say he is paying 500 rupees to supplier. What he will do, he will subtract 500 from here and this he will strike off and will write here 2300. This is the way he records both the sides of some transactions. Am I clear? When only one side is recorded, it is called single entry system of accounting. Do not forget this ways. A theoretical question may also be asked on it, right? Now, for some transactions, no record is maintained. Such transactions include unpaid expenses, that is, outstanding expenses, accrued incomes, provisions, reserves, depreciation, etc. Am I clear? On receipt of bank money and payment of bank money also, only one side is recorded if it is about recovery from debtors or payment to creditors and not others. मतलब अगर हमें चेक मिला है किसी पार्टी से सुरेश से तो सिर्फ उसको हम वन साइड रिकॉर्ड करेंगे यहाँ पे राइट। बैंक हमको रिकॉर्ड नहीं करता। सुरेश से पैसा मिला, सुरेश के बैलेंस को यहाँ पे कम कर दिया, स्ट्रोक ऑफ करके नया बैलेंस लिख दिया, या इसको जीरो कर दिया, पूरा काट दिया, पूरे 750 मिल गए, तो यहाँ पे 450 नहीं आएगा। लेकिन बैंक को डेबिट वो नहीं करेगा। Why it does not do so? Because he knows that bank is automatically recording all the transactions in its own passbook. So why should I record it? Are you getting my point? The same way, when in case he makes payment to a supplier by check, he records only one side of that and not the bank side. Other than recovery from debtors and payment to creditors, if he makes any other receipt or payment through bank, he does not record that at all. Like when he pays salary to an employee, he does not record it at all. इसलिए लिखा मैंने and not others. Am I clear what I said? Payment of expense and receipt of income through bank is not recorded at all anywhere. In totality, no record of transactions with and through bank is recorded anywhere. बैंक के साथ जो भी ट्रांजेक्शन कर रहा है या बैंक के थ्रू कर रहा है उसको कहीं रिकॉर्ड नहीं करता है। ना तो बैंक चार्जेस, ना बैंक का इंटरेस्ट, ना आपका चेक का डिसऑनर, नथिंग। हाँ, नहीं बीआरएस बनने की जरूरत नहीं है ना। क्यों जरूरत? बीआरएस बनने की कोई जरूरत नहीं है। उसने जब चेक इशू किया किसी एम्प्लॉय को, उसको रिकॉर्ड ही नहीं किया उसने। समझ में आया था आप लोगों को? So there are three different types of transactions. One in which no record is maintained because they do not involve any flow of money at all. Like in case of outstanding accrued provisions, reserves, depreciation, there is no flow of money. It does not record them. Am I clear? Purchase and sale of fixed assets CTC वो भी रिकॉर्ड नहीं करता वो, क्योंकि परचेज या सेल ऑफ एसेट वो यूजुअली कैश में नहीं करेगा, बैंक के थ्रू करेगा। अगर कैश में करेगा तो कैश का वो सब कुछ रिकॉर्ड करता है। He records all the entire flow of cash for sure. बट यूजुअली आप फिक्स एसेट कैश में परचेज नहीं करोगे। कैसे करोगे? बैंक में तो ना तो वो एसेट अकाउंट को डेबिट करेगा ना बैंक को क्रेडिट करेगा, कहीं रिकॉर्ड नहीं करता वो। इतना समझ में आया आप लोगों को? आया है तो यहाँ से लिखना स्टार्ट करिएगा, इस पॉइंट नंबर 1 से। कहाँ तक लिख लिया आप लोगों ने? यहाँ तक लिख लिया शायद, राइट?
Yes, sir.
Add this also guys, and payment to creditors. I hope guys you all are done with this, right? So guys, record of all business transactions and events under the three categories as explained above together is called incomplete records. Am I clear? After end of every accounting year, proprietor of a small business who maintains incomplete records hires a consultant and asks him to prepare final accounts of his business for that year. The consultant gathers all the information required to prepare final accounts as below. Daters from the rough register. So डेटर्स की इन्फॉर्मेशन रफ रजिस्टर से मिल जाएगी. डेटर्स तो मेंटेन करता है वो. कौन? Proprietor.
Okay.
Creditors again from the rough register. Bank balance from the passbook. Am I clear? Bank loan from the bank. बैंक से बैंक लोन की इन्फॉर्मेशन मिल जाएगी. ये समझ में आ रहा है आप सबको? वैसे नहीं आ रहा है? Fixed assets from purchase documents. जो उसने फिक्स एसेट परचेज की होगी या तो उसका बिल होगा या फिर उसकी रजिस्ट्री होगी प्रोप्राइटर के पास, उससे इन्फॉर्मेशन मिल जाएगी. आर यू गेटिंग माय पॉइंट गाइस और नॉट? कैश बैलेंस फ्रॉम द रेफरेस्टर प्लस फिजिकल काउंट एट द एंड ऑफ द ईयर. स्टॉक बैलेंस जिसको हम क्लोजिंग स्टॉक कहते हैं वो भी ऐसे ही मिलेगा फिजिकल काउंट से. वो तो businesses who follow double entry they also do the same thing. फिर यहाँ तक नोट करिए तक इसको नोट करिए फिर हम आगे बढ़ते हैं. So now guys, how the consultant makes final accounts, we will see that little later. First, understand few things which you people must understand to prepare final accounts. Closing capital means capital at the end of an accounting year. How do we calculate that? How can we calculate this? ईयर के बिगनिंग में कितनी कैपिटल है वो आपको पता है, जिसको हम कहते हैं ओपनिंग कैपिटल. दैट इज कैपिटल एट द beginning of the accounting year. Suppose that you know that. Now, what we will do in this so that you could know closing capital? Sorry? Right. Add net profit minus drawings plus additional capital invested. ये समझ में आया? राइट. अगर एक बिजनेस की ओपनिंग कैपिटल 1 लाख थी स्टार्टिंग में, साल भर में प्रॉफिट अर्न किया है 25,000 का, साल भर में ड्राइंग्स की है 8,000 की. During the year, additional capital invested is 12,000. Closing capital would be how much? 1 lakh plus 25 minus 8 plus 12. Correct or not? That is 1 lakh 37 minus 8 means 1 lakh 29,000. ये समझ में आता है आप सबको? Good. We know that total assets are always equal to total liabilities. Correct or not? And total liabilities include what? Capital plus external liabilities. So capital is equal to total assets minus all external liabilities. Am I clear or not? Right? तो आपको ये इक्वेशंस ध्यान में रखने का है, एक ये जो हमने देखा है यहाँ पे और एक जो हमने ये देखा है यहाँ पे. लिखिए इसको. You understand this? So from this equation, if we know everything other than net profit or net loss, we can calculate net profit or net loss. How? Closing capital minus opening capital plus drawings minus fresh capital invested or additional capital invested. Correct or not? अगर हमें यहाँ पे क्लोजिंग कैपिटल पता हो, ओपनिंग कैपिटल पता हो, ड्राइंग्स पता हो और एडिशनल कैपिटल इन्वेस्टेड पता हो, तो क्या हम नेट प्रॉफिट एंड नेट लॉस नहीं निकाल सकते हैं? निकाल सकते हैं. वही ये हमने किया है यहाँ पे. लिखिए इतना. आई होप आर्यन यू आर अंडरस्टैंडिंग दिस, राइट आर्यन? आर्यन आई एम आस्किंग यू.
Sir,
Yes, understood this? Aryan, you have also noted down this, right?
yes, sir.
Now, guys, if you notice, all these balances are of either assets or liabilities, right? Balances of assets and liabilities at the end of an accounting year as well as at the end of previous accounting year can easily be known. And with that, closing and opening capital can be known using this formula. Sorry, this formula. अगर आपको कैपिटल पता करनी है और किसी एक डेट का, लेट्स से 1 अप्रैल 2022 का आपको ये सब पता है, तो आप क्या उससे 1 अप्रैल 2022 की कैपिटल नहीं पता कर सकते? 1 अप्रैल 2022 डेटर्स कितने थे, क्रेडिटर्स कितने हैं, बैंक बैलेंस, कैश बैलेंस, बैंक लोन, फिक्स्ड एसेट्स, स्टॉक, अगर आपको पता है तो आप उस डेट का कैपिटल पता कर सकते हैं, एंड दैट वुड बी कैपिटल ऑफ एट द बिगिनिंग ऑफ द ईयर, दैट इज ओपनिंग कैपिटल। सिमिलरली आप अगर आपको ये सारे बैलेंसेस ईयर एंड के पता चल जाए 31 मार्च 2023 के, तो आप 31 मार्च 2023 को कैपिटल कितनी है वो पता कर सकते हैं, मतलब क्लोजिंग कैपिटल पता कर सकते हैं। एंड दिस इज व्हाट एग्जैक्टली वी विल डू गाइस, वी विल फर्स्ट कैलकुलेट ओपनिंग एंड क्लोजिंग कैपिटल with this formula. Once we know opening and closing capital, with that we can calculate net profit or net loss of the year if we also know about drawings and additional capital invested. And these two information proprietor can easily give us कि उसने साल भर में कितना ड्राइंग किया और साल भर में कितना फ्रेश कैपिटल इन्वेस्ट किया है. So this is how we can also determine profitability of the business for that year. Am I clear? समझ में आ रहा है आप सबको guys? ठीक है, अगर नहीं भी आ रहा बहुत अच्छे से, कल जब हम पहला क्वेश्चन करेंगे तो आपको समझ में आ जाएगा ये. राइट? तो दैट्स इट गाइस फॉर टुडे. जो आज बताया मैंने सिंगल एंट्री में, सॉरी इनकम्प्लीट रिकॉर्ड्स वाले चैप्टर में, वैसे इस चैप्टर का नाम आप लोगों को आपकी बुक में सिंगल एंट्री दिया हुआ है, लेकिन असल में इस चैप्टर का नाम इनकम्प्लीट रिकॉर्ड्स है जो आप लोगों को दिया हुआ है आपके स्टूडेंट्स. सो व्हाटसोवर आई हैव टॉट यू अबाउट दिस चैप्टर टुडे गाइस, प्लीज गो थ्रू इट टुडे इटसेल्फ. अदरवाइज कल तक आप वापस ब्लैंक आओगे, बहुत मुश्किल हो जाएगा. जब हम एग्जाम्पल देखेंगे तो उसको समझना. ठीक है? थैंक यू गाइस. गॉट मी आर्यन?